This year, to commemorate the 50th anniversary of the American School of Dubai, the alma mater was commissioned. The ASD Chamber Choir will now perform the alma mater. Please find the words of the alma mater in the rear of your program, and please remain standing.
From faraway shores and from different lands, we came to the desert, the sea, and the sand to learn side by side and to stand hand in hand, the American School of Dubai. With the oryx we run, with the falcon we fly, we reach for the stars in the dark desert sky. Leave no one behind, from no venture we shy, the American School of Dubai. Our hearts strong and true as we stand for the right, learn lessons for life that inspire and delight. Our values so deep for a future so bright, the American School of Dubai.
Would the audience please take a seat? Shall we begin, please? General Counsel Malik, Dr. Much, Board of Trustees, faculty, alumni, parents, family, friends, and most importantly, students. Welcome to the commencement exercises for the graduating class of 2017. An event of this magnitude does not happen without significant effort on the part of a large group of people. Many thank yous are in order, but time only permits the recognition of a few. Mr. Libredo, members of the Board of Trustees, your vision and leadership make all that we see before us possible. No single group is more responsible for the ongoing legacy of our school and the amazing experience that students have while enrolled. Parents, thank you for your years of dedication to the ASD community. The senior mothers and our community facilitators have made this year a memorable one for all, and your work does not go without notice. Following this event, we will experience the best and biggest of their work at the graduation dinner, themed to honor the celebration of the holy month of Ramadan. Faculty, without you, the growth that our students demonstrate and the passions they develop simply are not possible. Students, your hard work and determination has gotten you to this point and will serve you well in the years to come as you pursue your dreams and passionate learning. I would also like to extend a special thank you to our amazing office staff, Yasmin Gaber, Tasneem Majaj, Faith Cowart, Jillian Keo, and Shirley Thompson. The amount of detail that you manage is admirable, and we simply cannot function without the service that you perform for our community. Ms. Gaber, you have put in untold hours to make this afternoon and this evening possible. Would you please join me in thanking all who have contributed to today? Earlier this year, an ASD parent sent me an article entitled, "Check This Box If You're a Good Person," by Rebecca Sabke. About the same time, my wife Rosanna finished reading a book called Hillbilly Elegy by J.D. Vance and recommended that I read it. Rebecca Sabke is a former admissions director at Dartmouth College in New Hampshire. She writes about the thousands of applications that are reviewed annually, saying this: "The applicants are always intellectually curious and talented. They climb mountains, head extracurricular clubs, develop new technologies. They're the next generation's leaders. Their accomplishments stack up quickly. The problem is that in the deluge of promising candidates, many remarkable students become indistinguishable from another, at least on paper. It is incredibly difficult to choose whom to admit. Yet in the chaos of SAT scores, extracurriculars, and recommendations, one quality is always irresistible in candidates: kindness." J.D. Vance comes from what is called the Rust Belt, a region in the Ohio and Kentucky Appalachian Mountains where small towns once depended on steel mills. With the demise of the steel industry came the demise of what was an already difficult life in the Rust Belt. J.D. grew up in an incredibly dysfunctional environment, and Hillbilly Elegy is his story. He uses the term hillbilly, which describes those without sophistication who lead simple, often uneducated, subsistence lives. J.D. grew up in the midst of crime, narcotics, and violence. His life was far from storybook, being raised mostly by a grandmother, a mean, intimidating woman whom everyone he knew feared. Hillbilly Elegy is about his pathway in life to a different place, both literally and figuratively. He managed to graduate from high school, joined the Marines, served in Iraq. Upon his return, he did the unthinkable, at least in his world. He entered Ohio State University. At each step, he was learning about himself, trying to understand his challenges and working to overcome them. He found himself in the most unexpected of places, at Yale University studying law. I do not tell you this because you should aspire to also study at Yale Law, but rather because of the experiences J.D. Vance had in his journey from hillbilly to corporate attorney. He did not grow up in an environment that anyone would describe as kind, yet he became kind. You'll have to read the book to gain a full understanding, but allow me to try to capture what happened in his journey. He tells of being in Iraq and encountering a small boy on a mission. As the very shy boy approached him, he extended his hand, and Vance says this: "When I gave him a small eraser, his face briefly lit up with joy before he ran away to his family, holding his 2-cent prize aloft in triumph. I've never seen such excitement on a child's face." He further reflects, "For my entire life, I'd harbored resentment at the world. I was mad at my mother and father, mad that I rode the bus to school while other kids caught rides with friends, mad that my clothes didn't come from Abercrombie, mad that my grandfather died, mad that we lived in a small house. The resentment didn't vanish in an instant, but as I stood and surveyed the mass of children in a war-torn nation, I began to appreciate how lucky I was. Born in the greatest country on earth, every modern convenience at my fingertips, supported by 2 loving hillbillies. At that moment, I resolved to be the man who would smile when someone gave me an eraser. I haven't quite made it yet, but without that day in Iraq, I wouldn't even be trying." Rebecca Sabke, Dartmouth, looks for kindness. One day, not long ago, she saw it. An applicant to Dartmouth was from a large northeastern public school. The student was noticeably bright, as all Dartmouth applicants are, had a great letter from his counselor, and had a long list of extracurricular activities. But one letter stood out. It was from the school's custodian. Sabke says this: letters of recommendation are typically superfluous, written by people who the applicants think will impress a school. We regularly receive letters from former presidents, celebrities, trustee relatives, and Olympic athletes, but they generally fail to provide us with another angle on who the student is or could be as a member of our community. This letter was different, though. She continues, the custodian wrote that he was compelled to support the student's candidacy because of his thoughtfulness. This young man was the only person in the school who knew the names of every member of the janitorial staff. He turned off lights in empty rooms, consistently thanked the hallway monitor each morning, and tidied up after his peers, even if nobody was watching. This student, the custodian wrote, had a refreshing respect for every person at the school, regardless of position, popularity, or clout. Graduating class of 2017. Collectively, you have so many of the outstanding qualities that Rebecca Sabke and J.D. Vance have written about. You are kind, you think of others, you have created amazing opportunities for service and leadership in our school. ASD holds the core values of respect, integrity, responsibility, compassion, and excellence. We talk about them frequently, and we know that they are interdependent. But Sabke and Vance make me wonder if all of our values do not converge in kindness. As you leave ASD and go to the far reaches of the globe, carry our values with you and seek to spread kindness. Congratulations, class of 2017. As the choir is assembling, I would like to welcome to the podium Ms. Alexandra Bufara, class historian for the class of 2017.
Do it with passion or not at all. This quote encapsulates the class of 2017. We are ardent, fierce, dedicated, and eager. It is this very passion that has defined us as the resilient and trailblazing force that we are. 10 years ago, I walked onto the Jumeirah campus, frizzy-haired, anxious, and nervous about how I would fit into ASD. I quickly found that all my worries and qualms about being a new student instantly vanished because everyone was so eager and excited to help me. I grew to relish the positive energy, intensive field day rivalries between Ms. Hurlbutt and Mr. Michaud's class, the iconic 5th grade Hatta trip, and Evening tackling down clowns at the carnival. Many years later, the campus has moved, the student body doubled, we have faced challenges and grown, yet there remains one constant, the class of 2017's unmatched passion. The values learned from middle school have served us well. Collectively, we have built houses for impoverished families in developing countries like Malawi, planned solutions to the Syrian refugee crisis, and furnished schools in Nepal, Malawi, and Uganda, to name but a few. Whether it's MISAC volleyball, basketball, forensics, or senior arts, we're a class of intense athletes, actors, public speakers, and artists who travel as far as India to compete. We're the class that lights up the senior corner of the theater every single assembly. We're the class that comes together like no other to spend money on a Kids for Wish Kids pie event. We're the first class to have won the Spirit competition for 3 years in a row. And we are the reason the SGA had to put a cap on individual donations during Mr. ASD, and I suspect the reason there is now a limit to the number of clubs that a student can lead. In 9th grade, we were tasked with understanding the new mysterious system that was standards-based grading. We persevered and made a home for ourselves, finding comfort in the letters and no longer the numbers. Be it a new environment, new competition, new SAT, or even a new GPA scale, change is not a stumbling block to this group, but a stimulus to strive even harder in this rapidly changing world. What defines us is that we have flourished amidst these countless changes. We are a class of unwavering determination and resilience. Throw whatever change in our way, and we will use it as a tool to thrive. I am honored to be a part of this class where passion has manifested itself in so many different ways. Our individual desires to achieve excellence have challenged everyone in this class and lifted everyone up to do their best. While my speech was simply a brief look into this history of this class, I cannot wait to see what the future has in store for the Titans, because I am sure that it is game-changing. Thank you.
Thank you, Alexandra. Please welcome the ASD Choir under the direction of Miss Adrienne Gerst.
Didn't take a whole lot of time to get to know you.
Knew right away that I'd found a friend. Right from the start, there was something I could feel.
Something very special. There was something very real.
Didn't take a whole lot of time to learn to trust you.
Never afraid, no need to pretend. Here in our hearts, where no one else can see, we can always keep the memories. Time to go, but there's so much more to say, and words are just too hard to find. We should have known we would have to face today. It isn't fair to have to go and leave so much behind. Never had a whole lot of time to walk beside you.
Wish I could say, don't want it to end.
All that you are, all the things you shared with me, I will always have the memories. It isn't fair to have to go and leave so much behind. Haven't got a whole lot of time to try to tell you. What can I say to thank you, my friend? Though we're apart, you can always count on me, and we'll always have the memories. That's how it has to be. We will always
Sometimes in our lives, we all have pain, we all have sorrow.
But if we are wise, we know that there's always tomorrow.
Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on.
If there is a load you have to bear that you can carry,
Whoa, whoa.
I'm right up the road, I share your load, if you just call me.
Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on.
Just call on me, brother.
We all need somebody to lean on.
I just might have a problem that you'd understand.
We all need somebody to lean on. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. You just call on me, brother, when you need a hand. We all need somebody to lean on.
I just might have a problem that you'd understand.
We all need somebody to lean on. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. Call me when you need a friend. Call me.
Oh, baby, just
Call me.
when you need a friend.
Call me.
I'm telling you.
Call me when you need a friend. Call me. Oh, baby, just call me when you need a friend. Call me. I'm telling you, call me.
As the senior choir comes back to the stage, would you please welcome to the podium Associate Principal of the high school, Ms. Jennifer Mendez.
Thank you, Dr. Lever. I am pleased to have the honor to begin the awards segment of the ceremony. I begin with the K1, K2 to grade 12 acknowledgments. Among this class of 130 to 140 graduating seniors, there are 17 who have been at the American School of Dubai since grades K1 or K2. Through the years, they have witnessed the growth of their class as well as that of their school. Among them, you will find intelligent, athletic, artistic, confident, and fun-loving individuals. We are especially proud of the following students as they are a testament to the strength and depth of our educational program. I am pleased to present to you the following students. Marian Abusamra. Mariel Abusamra. Katie Abusaba. Jane Alshami. Jennifer Alshami. Yasmin Amr. Braden Garrison. Camelia Hagahat. Hannah Hino. Danish Idris. Zaki Mawad. Ramsey Makzumi. Janine Nasser. Zina Shahade. Akshay Shawakramani. Dima Abu Nasra. And Alexander Knopfel. Thank you. You may now return to your seats. To continue, I present on behalf of our high school faculty the following awards. The first is for that of Distinguished Service. This year's Distinguished Service Award serves to recognize the senior student who has dedicated themselves to ongoing service during their high school career. The recipient of this year's award is regularly described as someone who is kind, selfless, genuine, and charismatic. She is also forever putting the needs of others before her own. The reach of her work goes well beyond her own service due to her uncanny ability to inspire and motivate others to join her in helping to make the world a better place. The high school has benefited tremendously from her strong sense of dedication to serving and leadership. She was instrumental in the organization of the Student Leadership Retreat at the start of the school year and ongoing efforts of the Global Issues Network and the greater collaboration amongst all of our student organizations by co-leading the Core Council. Please join me in celebrating this year's Distinguished Service Award recipient, Chloe Agnello. Next, I shall present the Award for International Understanding. This award is meant to celebrate the individual of a class who has promoted both their own culture as well as that of other people, and this is all in an effort to build community. Respect is an essential trait for any recipient of this award. This year's recipient is widely revered for her always respectful and welcoming nature. She has dedicated herself to ensuring the successful inclusion of new students as a Falcon Ambassador. This was done both during her middle school years and her high school years. Additionally, her work in the video broadcast program over the past 4 years has helped to extend the reach of our community and school to include family members from around the globe for MESAC athletic events, as well as interviews with people such as visiting author Jacqueline Woodson. A final note, it is her recent role as president of the National Honor Society with a membership of more than 70 students. As president of this organization, she has supported each of the members to go forth and carry out important work to improve areas related to one of the 4 pillars upon which the organization is based. And these are pillars such as scholarship, leadership, character, and service. The guidance provided by this young woman has led to one of the most successful years of the NH's long history at ASD. This year's recipient of the Award for International Understanding has demonstrated exceptional respect and inclusivity, and for these reasons we celebrate today Alexandra Bufara. I'm going to enlist the help of a colleague to present the next award. So I'd like to call to the stage, please, our Director of Educational Technology, Mr. Mike Dunlop.
Thank you.
This year saw the passing of one of the icons of the ASD community, Mr. Bob Ackerman, for which our Excellence in Technological Innovation Award was named. We felt it important to take a few moments to highlight the man who has provided the inspiration in this, the second year of its awarding. ASD alum Jimmy Gruhl could not be with us tonight, but penned words to help us better understand the impact of Bob Ackerman on our students and the community. I'd like to share Jimmy's words with you now. I've had the opportunity to meet some amazing people in my life and learn a great deal from them, but none more so than Bob Ackerman. Our interaction began back in 1983 when I was in the first grade. We would come into the computer lab and play games that taught us basic arithmetic, spelling, etc. As we would file into the room, there would be Mr. Ackerman, a towering figure who we quickly learned was a gentle giant. To this day, I am in awe of the patience and self-restraint required to supervise a room full of 5-year-olds banging away on very expensive equipment. He somehow got us to like and appreciate these fantastic machines and treat them with respect without ever raising his voice or intimidating us. Mr. Ackerman taught me every year after that, and by the 6th grade, my friends and I were in the computer lab after school with Mr. Ackerman almost every day. Looking back on it, especially now that I have a family of my own, I feel a little guilty for keeping him away from his family. He never once said anything to discourage us from being there, but it was still a personal sacrifice he made, and we didn't really appreciate it at the time. We did some amazing things in those days, years ahead of most schools in the world, even in the US. By 1989, Mr. Ackerman had signed the school up for online services like CompuServe and Delphi, and gave us almost unrestricted access to them. These were the precursor to services like AOL, web browsers, and eventually social media. I can't overstate how empowering it was for 6th graders to be online and interacting with people all over the world, especially considering what a remote and unknown place Dubai was at the time. Remember, this was a time when Dubai had only one indoor shopping mall, one movie theater with a single screen that showed English movies, and hardly anyone in the US had ever heard of Dubai or the UAE. Throughout this period, from the late 1970s until he retired in 2015, Mr. Ackerman lobbied for the school to invest in the latest computers and software. Due to his persuasive arguments and the immense respect his peers in the administration had for him, he was most often successful. I can state categorically that the technology we had access to at ASD rivaled some of the top universities in the US. In fact, when I went to Duke, I was surprised to see that in some ways, Mr. Ackerman's computer labs were better. Not only were they better equipped, but he had done a superior job of working with teachers to incorporate computers and the internet into the school's curriculum. Based on conversations with my classmates, I believe that ASD graduates in the 1990s were ahead of their peers when they went to university in terms of computer skills. I'm not only referring to myself and the computer lab after school crowd, but most of the students who graduated from the school. That is amazing and something the ASD community should be proud of. Jimmy Gruhl. This year, the Bob Ackerman Award for Excellence in Technological Innovation goes to a student who has demonstrated many of the qualities that made Mr. Ackerman such an important part of the ASD community. A well-rounded student with a passion for technology, he carries himself with a high level of integrity, exemplifying the ASD core values. He captained the senior boys basketball team as an Eagle Scout and acted as a mentor for many younger students. He has excelled in several higher level technology courses, including AP Computer Science, Programming, and Robotics. His final Engineering 2 project was a memorial for Mr. Ackerman, a case designed to display ASD's first Apple II computer, a device that Mr. Ackerman was instrumental in bringing to the school. The Bob Ackerman Award for Technological Innovation goes to Danny Etani.
At this time, the ASD Symphonic Band, conducted by Mr. Michael Oliver, will now play for us Air for Band by Frank Erickson. Thank you for that. So now we are on to the part of our program where we introduce our Salutatorian. The Salutatorian of a graduating class is the student having earned the second highest cumulative grade point average. Such an accomplishment may only be possible with extreme dedication, focus, and perseverance. Beyond these essential qualities, this year's Salutatorian is especially celebrated for reasons of her demonstrated ability to overcome adversity and remain positive, attentive, and driven. She is a quiet presence in the class of 2017, but a powerful role model as she leads by example and with great integrity. We rejoice in celebrating this year's Salutatorian, Aditi Sanjay. And now for our valedictorian. The valedictorian of a graduating class is determined by identifying the person with the highest cumulative grade point average of a class. And while it is a singular number that determines the recipient of this honor, it should come as no surprise that there is a great deal more to celebrate about this year's valedictorian. She is indeed a very intelligent individual. Grade point average aside, it is her virtues of care and support of others, along with strong work ethic, that really make her a remarkable individual. These traits have been made visible in her musical accomplishments, as well as the founding of Tri-M, a music honor society, this year in the high school. Her strong dedication to continual pursuit of academic excellence has also become evident through her ability to seamlessly transition from one international location to another. This year's valedictorian is a true scholar and worthy of recognition. Please join me in welcoming her to the stage, Haley On.
Good afternoon, ASD. It is with great honor that I stand here today as your valedictorian of the class of 2017. Firstly, on behalf of my class, I'd like to thank you, the faculty, staff, family, and underclassmen of ASD, for accompanying and supporting us through this journey we call high school. Each and every one of us on this stage is a product of our own unique struggles and victories, yet we unite in that not a single bead of sweat nor tear was shed that did not make us stronger, more passionate, and more tenacious. And while the perpetrator of some of these struggles may have been you yourselves sometimes, in the end, you were also the sources of inspiration and encouragement we needed to overcome the troubles at hand. So we thank you for the experiences you have bestowed upon us, and solemnly hope that we have touched upon your lives as much as you have ours. On a more personal note, I'd like to acknowledge those people who have indulged me with their unconditional love and support through my best and worst at their entirety. To Na Yunju and Eun Hee-jung, it has truly been a blessing to have become your closest companion during the past 7 to 8 years, and I dare not imagine how high school would have been without you two by my side. From ridiculously unhelpful texting advice to vlogging our senior spring break weekends, every memory of us I deeply cherish, and I look forward to the infinitely more adventures we'll embark on together. And to Ms. Baek Jin-hee, Ms. Lee Hye-yeon, Mr. Lee Yong-gyun, Ms. No Tae-wol, Mr. Tom Che, and Dr. Pamela Schrebier, I am forever indebted to you all for your wise guidance, not only in an academic area, but also in life itself. From you, I learned that life is an art, that maybe I think too much, that I probably shouldn't bully my boyfriend. I learned to look beyond the coordinate for the entire graph, to write with passion, and to build peace with an open mind. And with these lessons, I have grown as a dancer, a musician, mathematician, linguist, writer, and researcher, but most importantly, as a human being. And finally, to my parents and family, not even 1,000 words of gratitude will suffice for the love, care, and support you have provided me with. I admit, I am not the most expressive daughter whose sentiments are often left unsaid, but I know and live by the belief that as Isaac Newton once said, "If I have seen further, it is by standing on the shoulders of giants." Thank you for being my giants. Frankly, as a fellow 17-year-old high school graduate, I have no words of wisdom nor caveat of doom to preach to my class today. I'm just about as immature and as mature as everyone else on the stage. Instead, I'd like to share an excerpt from Hermann Hesse's novella, Youth, Beautiful Youth. I came across the Korean translation of the German original about when senior year began, and since then, it has been a source of an odd solace and even hope in times of uncertainty. A published English translation seems to be extremely rare, so for today, I prepared my own rendition from Korean to English. May it strike a chord within you as it had for me, and serve as a reminder that, yes, the best is yet to come. 나는 내 청춘의 찬란함을 믿는다. I believe in the splendor of my youth. 어떤 수식어도 필요 없을 내 청춘의 찬란함을 믿는다. The splendor that will need no other embellishment. 가장 뜨겁고 아름다운 청춘이길. Let it be the most fiery, most beautiful youth. 조그만 감정에도 가슴 뛰는 청춘이길. A youth that delights over the smallest emotions. 커다란 감정에도 함부로 흔들리지 않는 청춘이길. Yet one that remains resolute in the face of the largest emotions. Class of 2017, Weenie, Weedy, Weeky. We came, we saw, we conquered. And finally, we out. Thank you.
Haley, thank you for your reminder of the beauty of youth and for the hard work and dedication you've displayed as class valedictorian. Please welcome to the podium Mr. Phil Ridley, Chair of the Creative Arts Department.
The Senior Arts Award. International schools have an open door policy in many ways, but they also have an exit door, stage left, that our graduates are about to encounter. They are not the only ones to leave either. Some parents, students, and even our faculty at some point have to depart. Our Senior Arts Award winner is a lot like Mr. Daniel Mendez, creating new frontiers as Mr. Mendez did with the TV studio. This year's candidate also possesses the dedication to craft, like our departing arts faculty, Miss Sophie Burrows, Mr. John Stavanoa, Mr. Oliver, and of course, Larissa and Vitali. Many students in the performing arts also sat after our award winner for counsel, like our three wonderful high school counselors who are leaving us, Mr. Schubert, Mr. Darby, and Dr. Rath, who also counseled us. The laughter and joy provided by this award winner reminds us of the departing Mr. Jacob House, Mr. Paul Wallen, Mr. Belanger, and of course, our beloved Monsieur Lemaire. On top of that, this recipient is the complete and makes a complete commitment to the task at hand and helps us reflect on the departing Mrs. Jen Mendez and Mr. Biles. The kindness shown by our recipient can be seen in the wonderful Mr. Eric Gott as he quietly tries to slip away. But more than anything, this senior was a leader, someone who would stand tall and even direct us in the right way, like our beloved superintendent, Dr. Brett Munch. Yes, we picked a great one for the Senior Fine Arts Award winner. And this student will be truly missed because of dedication to craft, laughter, joy, kindness, and a leader. And in case you don't know who it is, he has an angelic voice. Ladies and gentlemen, Seth McKenzie. This year's Dale House Waldock Award winner is a student that I said, I dreamed of taking AP Studio from the first time I ever saw the high school art show as a middle schooler. This person has an innate ability to tell a visual story. Their final concentration work was centered around the similarities between fruit, stem, blossom ends, and the human belly button, challenging the viewers' ideas about the similarities between living organisms. The international admissions officers from the prestigious the Art Institute of Chicago awarded this student a full ride. Impressed with, but not just her work, but her intentionality and confidence. Although she is going to Northeastern University, she is gifted with talents, and next year in the College of Arts, Media and Design, we wish this year's Dale House Waldock Award winner, Paige Ardle, all the best. I'm honored, I'm pleased to introduce not only our athletic director, but a coach, a teacher, a friend, le premier l'étoile, le first star, Joe Biles.
Thank you very much, Phil. I'm here to present the Mike Ross Award. Mike Ross was the American School of Dubai Athletic Director from 1992 to 1995. This award is given to a senior who exemplifies the qualities that Mike stood for in both his professional and personal life: strength of character, personal integrity, leadership, and a true concern for others, coupled with a strong commitment to athletics. This year we have the pleasure of actually welcoming an alumni, Jen Klein, a former student of Mike Ross's and the American School of Dubai from 1990 to 1997. Jen is a 1997 ASD graduate who was recognized in 8th grade as the Petroleum Wives Scholar Athlete, in the 9th grade as the Most Improved JV Soccer Award. In the 10th grade, she was the MVP of JV Soccer and Athlete of the Year. In her senior year, she was the MVP of Varsity Soccer and MVP for basketball. Jen was also in her senior year the Megan Garrison Award recipient, was a volleyball, basketball, soccer, softball, and track and field athlete. Jen had a strong personal connection to Mike, and it's in that we ask her to join me on stage to actually present Mike's award to this year's graduate. Jen, please join me.
As I reflect back to my graduation day in 1997, exactly 20 years ago, the one moment, the one memory that I will forever hold in my heart is when I walked across the stage to receive the Megan Garrison Memorial Award. When I heard my name being called, I could feel the importance of that one moment. It was the greatest honor to receive an award in recognition of Megan. She was the most talented female athlete I have ever known or have had the privilege of having as my friend, my teammate, and my role model. Today is another defining moment for me, but this time it's through your graduation. I reached out to the Ross family and the ASD community because I wanted to be a part of this moment. I wanted all of you here today to fully appreciate the honor that is being bestowed upon every athlete that has ever received or will receive the Mike Ross Memorial Award. Today, I would like to take you all on a short journey in order to know Mike Ross through my memories and to know how he impacted my life. When I close my eyes, I see a short man with dark hair and brown eyes, pacing back and forth up the soccer field, hands crossed behind his back, yelling at me from the sidelines, "Jenny, you better take charge." One of Mike's gifts as a coach was to know exactly how to motivate each player. In my case, he knew that in order to fire me up, all he had to do was yell at me from the sidelines. I always knew this was my cue to pull the team together. For some of my teammates, he knew that he could better motivate them by taking them to the side and offering them words of encouragement in a calm and quieter voice. Mike also showed a true concern for others. In fact, his true concern for me meant that the close relationship I had with Mike Ross was that of a father and daughter. He was always someone I could turn to for advice. Whenever I needed help with a problem, I would run down to his office, and just seeing his sparkling eyes and his big smile made me feel safe and happier. And when I got too wrapped up with school and grades, he always put things into perspective for me. And most of all, his hug would make things fall back into place for me. Mike also had an incredible belief in others. I remember in 9th grade, he pulled me aside in soccer practice one day and told me that I'd be playing goalie that season. Oh, I laughed because I thought he was joking. He would not suggest this because I was a skilled goalie. He only suggested this because I was the only one not afraid to have my face kicked in while trying to stop a ball. However, when I realized that Mike was serious, I panicked. I was overcome with fear. Fear of playing a position in which I had absolutely no experience, and a fear of failing at that position. Mike saw this panic and fear in my face and looked me in the eyes and said, "Jenny, I believe in you, and you're just going to have to learn to believe in yourself." It was definitely my most challenging soccer season, but I did manage to earn Most Improved JV Soccer Player that year. What did I really learn from Mike that season? I learned that a true leader is willing to step out of their comfort zone and into the unknown. Most importantly, I learned how to believe in myself. Mike had so many amazing qualities, but to me, what made him so extraordinary was his strength of character. He strongly believed that no matter how difficult a situation is, one should never give up. And he lived up to this belief. Mike was a marathon runner, and he trained all year because every summer he ran a marathon in the States. Before the summer of 1995, Mike started to feel sick. However, he still managed to continue participating in his marathons and even improved his times. At the same time, his body was secretly fighting invading cancer cells. And Mike's recovery didn't look very hopeful. Yet while he was receiving chemotherapy and other treatments, he managed to maintain a positive attitude. He didn't give up or feel sorry for himself. Instead, he was determined to recover. Although Mike never had the chance to come back to Dubai, his legacy continues to live on at ASD and through all of us that know and love him. Mike Ross embodied the qualities that he brought out in me and in others: strength of character, personal integrity, leadership, motivation, and a belief and true concern for others. Now, there's a very exceptional athlete here today that embodies so many of these qualities that Mike stood for, both in his personal and professional life. This athlete can best be described as a three-sport athlete. He was varsity volleyball player, varsity wrestler, and a varsity track and field member. He was captain of the varsity volleyball team, and captain of the wrestling team. This athlete's strength of character, determination, and perseverance resulted in his incredible accomplishment of going undefeated in every tournament during his tenure in wrestling. Like Mike Ross, this athlete shows true leadership and a belief in and concern for his teammates. He can often be found coaching underclassmen and middle school students, not only helping to shape ASD's future teams, but also instilling self-belief in these future athletes. I am honored today to present the 2017 Mike Ross Memorial Award to Zachary Masri.
Thank you very much, Jen. It's at this time that we move forward with the Megan Garrison Memorial Award, and I would like to invite Ms. Jancy Garrison and her son, Nash Garrison, to the stage to help me present this award.
Hi. 23 years ago, almost to the day, Phil and Nash and I sat in the high school gym of our beloved Jumeirah campus and watched the high school principal present the very first Megan Garrison Award. Our hearts were very heavy at that time, but we were also so very grateful to ASD for choosing to honor Megan. Since then, 22 graduating seniors, young men and women, have been presented with this award. Some of them we have known, many we have not, but we've always been sure that they would carry that little bit of Megan's legacy with dignity. So tonight, we're here to present the 23rd Megan Garrison Award to someone I do know. And if you just indulge me, a few comparisons. Megan was very, very funny, a quality she shares with tonight's recipient. Megan was a great and loyal friend, another quality tonight's recipient shares with Megan. Now and then, Megan would arrive late to school in the mornings. And she could at times drive her teachers and her parents to the point of insane frustration. I can confirm that tonight's recipient has shared those qualities with Megan occasionally. Megan was a tremendous and gifted athlete who loved sports of all kinds, loved competition, and was always gracious, whether facing victory or defeat. Definitely qualities shared with tonight's recipient. Nash.
This year's Megan Garrison Award winner can best be described as a three-sport athlete: a valuable member of the varsity boys volleyball team, a valuable member of the MESAC Championship varsity boys soccer team, a valuable member of the MESAC Championship varsity boys baseball team. He was recognized as a team co-captain for both varsity boys volleyball and varsity boys baseball. He was one of the most valuable players for the varsity boys soccer team. He was the varsity male athlete of the year, and as a junior, and he is an exceptionally talented athlete, a great teammate, a strong leader, and an awesome brother. and it is a true honor to be presenting this award tonight to Braden. Proud of you, buddy.
Thanks, dude. Love you. Please, we go take a photo? Congratulations, Brandon. Thank you, Mr. Biles, Jen, Jancy, and Nash. Tonight it is an honor to have the United States Consul General to the United Arab Emirates, Mr. Paul Malik, present the Ambassador's Award for Academic Excellence on behalf of Ambassador Leaf, who has been called away. Mr. Malik has served for 24 years in the Middle East, North Africa, Europe, and most recently as Deputy Chief of Mission in the Sultanate of Oman. Previously, Mr. Malik served in Lebanon, Greece, Turkey, Jordan, Morocco, Tunisia, and Ireland. Mr. Malik is fluent in Arabic, French, and Greek, and holds degrees from Swarthmore College and Georgetown University. Please welcome to the podium, Mr. Paul Malik. Thank you for being here.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm not going to do this in Arabic because I think I've been credited with greater linguistic skills than I actually have. But unfortunately, Ambassador Leaf has some important work to attend to that required her to participate via video conference to Washington, so she's unfortunately not able to make it here today. But I'm very pleased to give this award in her absence. So the Ambassador's Award for Academic Excellence serves to recognize one individual of the graduating class for both their outstanding academic achievement and their exceptional leadership, positivity, courtesy, respect for others, and integrity. With such a combination of skill and character, there's no doubt that the award recipient this year has endless possibilities for the way in which he shall positively contribute to making our world a better place. First and foremost, the recipient of this award is characterized as a person who simply loves to learn. His curiosity compels him to deepen his understanding. He eagerly engages in inquiry for the sheer joy it brings him. This, in and of itself, is an admirable trait and one that will no doubt serve him very well in life. However, it's even more admirable when contextualized in his even greater passion for helping to make our world a better place. In the classroom, teachers observe him as collaborative and a supporting member of the learning community. He creates space and encourages his peers to contribute to the collective understanding. And beyond the academic setting, this year's recipient gives his all to improving the lives of those less fortunate. He's a founding member of the high school Kids for Wish Kids organization. They continuously work to make the dreams of children with life-threatening conditions a reality. And he has helped to send a child to interact with penguins at Ski Dubai and another child to carry out a pilgrimage to Mecca. He has a big heart and a tremendous and sincere thirst for knowledge. His English teacher said, and I quote, "This student is all about pushing himself and growing as a scholar and a human being." This serves well to describe this year's recipient of the Ambassador's Award for Academic Excellence, and that individual is Gustavo Espinoza.
Congratulations, Gustavo. Thank you, Mr. Malik. It's a time-honored tradition that members of the ASD Board of Trustees deliver congratulatory remarks to the graduating class, which comes right before we get the diplomas. In years when a trustee has a son or daughter graduating, they've delivered these remarks. In this year's graduating class, we have 2 students with fathers who serve the ASD community on the Board of Trustees. Please welcome to the stage Mr. John Lancia and Mr. Phil Garrison.
You can see we didn't work this out ahead of time. Little did I know when we were going to be called up here to speak that we'd be standing between 145 graduates and their diplomas, but please bear with us for a few moments before we move on to that part of it. First of all, let me first start out by saying to the class of 2017, congratulations on a job well done. Your parents, your family, and your community are extremely proud of you, and you too should be proud of yourselves. Besides having the honor and the privilege to sit on the Board of Trustees of this outstanding school, there are few privileges that I can think of that mean more to me than to have the opportunity to speak to this extraordinary group of young people on this stage and their parents and friends. I dare say that few, if any of us here today, could have imagined in 1998, 1999, when these graduates were born, that we'd be standing and sitting here in Dubai watching them graduate from ASD. And I know that goes for me and my wife, Susan, as we see our beautiful daughter, Maria, and think about her first few years of life in Vietnam. As parents, family, friends, and educators, we've watched them grow, we've provided guidance and support, and we've always tried to share advice that we hoped would serve them well as they undertook new challenges and responsibilities that led them to where they are here today. And if you'll bear with me, it's with that in mind that I'd like to take a few moments just to offer a few more pieces of advice as we send these young adults off to their paths forward in the months and years ahead. So, if you could, let me pass these thoughts to our class of 2017. First, take action, take risks, and learn from criticism, and know that you can and will fail, but you'll learn from your failures and you'll get better. You don't need to be perfect. What counts is progress. Realize that without some bad days, you'll never really appreciate the good ones, so stay positive and smile. Second, be authentic and stand for something. Be willing to stand apart if you disagree with the crowd. And never compromise your principles or your values. Know the person you want to be and be it. And don't change just to be accepted. And finally, stay flexible. The world around us, as we all know, is constantly changing. And it's understandable that going forward, what you see in the world you may sometimes feel is out of your control. That's because it often is. But what the world sees in you, that is in your control. That you can always take care of. And just because one is flexible doesn't mean he or she needs to compromise their principles. There is one final piece of advice I'd like to give. That is to always remember the first friends you ever had, your mom and dad. When I think of my parents, no matter how old I am, I can't help but think of the sacrifices, support, and encouragement they gave me. So before you head off to your next journey, take a minute and tell them thanks. With that, let me finish where I started by once again saying, on behalf of the ASD Board of Trustees, to the class of 2017, and especially to you, Maria, From your mother, your brother Vincent, and myself, congratulations, and know that we are extremely proud of you. And we hope that the happiness and memories that you've all found here at ASD is only a glimpse of what comes in the future. Thank you, and good luck, class of 2017.
Now, the good news is that I'm the last on the list. All right. Good afternoon, everyone. It is my great privilege and honor to be able to address the graduates of the American School of Dubai for the year of 2017 on behalf of a really extraordinary group of people, the Board of Trustees, who are dear friends and work so hard for this school. ASD is a great community, and we're very proud of it. Today gives us one more reason to celebrate that. First, though, I have something that I need to do, and that is to address a group of graduates who have been coming to our house for over 14 years in one form or another. They started from this height, and now they're at this height. These are an extraordinary group of young men, primarily our son Braden and his friends. It's been tremendous fun to get to know you and to know each of you and to watch you grow into young men. Each of you is polite, considering, willing to help when you can, and believe it or not, engage in some very articulate and interesting conversations. We will be very proud, and in the we, as I talk of Jancy and myself, our family, of you when we watch you graduate. Thank you for coming to our house, and we will look for you in the future. Please come see us even when Braden isn't there. I have one request. It seems that I'm missing some ice chests. Can you all return those before you go off to college? Now, a little more than 9 years ago, I was involved in some community discussions about building this Al Barsha campus. I was a board member even then and was on a panel answering questions for some pretty upset people. Some of y'all would have been there in that meeting. To say the least, emotions were running quite high. At one particularly difficult town hall meeting, I wound up answering several questions from the audience. One of the mothers stood and asked me, "Who does this board report to?" It seemed she wanted to talk to our boss. At first, I gave her the basic answer. Well, legally, we report to Sheikh Mohammed. We also have a responsibility to report to all of our stakeholders, the parents, the administration, the teachers, and the students. But then, for some reason, and I don't know why or how, I added, however, I'm accountable to one 9-year-old boy to do whatever I can to make sure that his education is the best I can provide. I have no idea where that thought came from on that day, but if I could have thought about it, that was exactly what I would have said. As you can imagine, tonight, that 9-year-old boy, Braden, graduates, and my responsibility at this point is complete. Now, I want to make some comments to the parents. Now, over the last 5 years, we have heard from Dr. Much, the teachers, the administrators, and they teach us and remind us of our school's core values. Those values are fantastic, and we are so proud of them. However, the thing that drives us, this school, above all other things, the thing that is at the very core of our school is the love of a parent for their children and their willingness to do whatever it takes to make sure their children get that education. You parents are incredible, and our whole ethos, we have watched you sacrifice and do whatever it takes and show your love for your children. On behalf of the Board of Trustees and the entire ASD community, thank you. It is your love for your children and the incredible quality of those children that starts and ends this community. All of us express our heartfelt congratulations for the success of your family tonight. Thank you very much. Now, I'd like to address the graduates for just a moment. You're an incredible group of adults. You are as equipped to take on the world as any group of graduates anywhere. It is normal at this point for speakers to encourage you to reach for your dreams and to achieve what you can. I'm not going to say that tonight because it's amazingly clear to me that you are already on that path and you already are on your way to achieving your dreams. However, while you're on your way, cherish your classmates, cherish your friends that are with you tonight, and make sure you support each other as the years go by. You have incredible synergy as a group, and cherish and nurture your friendship. Class of 2017, I will leave you with this one charge. As you go through life, you will have the opportunity to support education to children in some form. It may be as a parent, a teacher, an administrator, or some other capacity. My charge as you leave for your next adventure: take the ideals of this school with you and do what you can to make sure children, wherever you go, have the same opportunity to develop under a school with the ideals and spirit of this ASD community. Congratulations, class of 2017.
Thank you, Mr. Lancia and Mr. Garrison. It gives me great honor to bring to the stage the counselors of the American School of Dubai to assist in the presentation of diplomas. Mr. Matthew Beck, the new father. Mr. Stephen Darby, Dr. Michelle Rath, and Mr. David Schubert. Also joining me on stage for the 7th and final time will be Miss Jennifer Mendez. In honoring her years of service to the students of ASD, we will ask that she take the honor of awarding the graduate diplomas. Also assisting with the awarding of diplomas will be Mr. John Lancia and Mr. Phil Garrison on behalf of Mr. Joe Libredo, Chairman of the Board of Trustees. Graduates, are you ready?
Adam Samir Abbasi. Adam will be attending James Madison University in the fall. Sienna Clay Abbasi. Sienna would like to thank her wonderful family and friends for their love and support. Raisa Iman Abbasi. Raisa would like to thank her amazing parents, sisters, and brothers for their unconditional love and support. Amir Ali Abdul Vahabi. Amir Ali would like to thank his family for their support, his friends for making his high school experience fun, and his brother for the times they shared together. Dania Abdul Rahman. Dania will be attending Notre Dame University. Omar Walid Ali Abed. Omar would like to thank his friends and family for being by his side throughout his high school career. He'd especially like to thank his mom, dad, and brother Ali. Marian Abu Samra. Just remember, you can't climb a ladder of success with your hands in your pockets. Arnold Schwarzenegger. Mariel Abu Samra. Mariel would like to thank her family and loved ones for always being there for her. You are the reason she is standing here today. Katie Rita Abu Saba. Katie will be attending UCLA in the fall. Miral Mia Abu Taif. Mia is looking forward to finishing her education in the UK and would like to thank her siblings and parents for supporting her every step of the way. Dima Khalid Abu Nasra. Dima will be attending George Washington University in the fall. Chloe Agnello. Chloe would like to thank everyone near and far who has contributed to making her life utterly beautiful. Peace and love, my friends. Haley On. Haley would like to thank her parents for everything. Khan Akaya. Khan would like to thank his family, teachers, and friends who helped make his time at ASD very enjoyable and successful. Shout out to Mr. Beck for the countless hours he spared for him in the counseling office to make sure he got into a great university. Jane Al-Shami. Jane would like to thank her parents for all that they do, her sister for always sticking by her side, and her friends for making these years unforgettable. Jennifer Al-Shami. Jennifer would like to thank her friends and family for everything they have done to support her and for being by her side as she starts her new adventure after high school. Hannah Moeen Al-Madoun. Hannah would like to thank her family and friends for their unconditional love and support. Fahad Al-Haj. Fahad will be attending Loyola University, Chicago. Nof Al-Sheikh Ali. Nof will be attending Tufts University in the fall. Yasmin Amr. Yasmin would like to thank her family, who has never stopped supporting her throughout the years. Anirudh Anand. Anirudh will be attending Queen's University in the fall. Paige Melissa Roche Ardil. Paige will be attending Northeastern University. Julie Elisar Chelsea Awad. Julie would like to thank her parents and brothers for always putting a smile on her face and for their continuous support. Fateh Aziz. Fateh would like to thank his parents and the Migos for always inspiring him to do it for the culture. Yeah, that way. Maxine Baghdadi. Maxine would like to thank her family for being her #1 supporters in everything she has done. Nothing would be possible without them. Venus Bahari. Venus will be attending Georgetown University's School of Foreign Service in Doha. Faizan Asim Basharullah. Faizan would like to thank his wonderful family and friends for their endless love and support. He promises to make them proud. Amina Fasad Beg. Amina wants to thank her friends and family, but especially her amazing parents, for getting her to where she is today. Cheyenne Antonia Belt. Cheyenne would like to give thanks to her mom, dad, and brother for their unconditional love and support. Zain Bugalu. There is no way around the hard work. Embrace it. Roger Federer.
Hannah Bokhari. Hannah would like to thank her family and friends for always supporting her. She wouldn't be where she is without them. Laura Apollonia Bambala. Laura would like to thank her friends and family for supporting her. She couldn't have done it without them. Alexandra Bufara. Alexandra would like to thank her family for being her rock and for always supporting her. Alexander Campbell. Big thanks to the parents and his boys. Alex Chalet. Alex would like to thank his family and friends that supported him through this unforgettable journey. He wouldn't be where he is today without you guys. Chase Nicolo Reyes Chang. Chase wants to thank his father and mother for being the best parents for a son like him. Allison Cho. Allison Cho. Allison would like to thank her family and friends for always supporting her. Ryan Daher. Ryan thanks his parents for all the support they have always given him. Carson Decker. In the fall, Carson can be found at Washington Square Park, attending NYU. Sriya Krishna Danthi. Sriya would like to thank her parents and siblings for unconditionally supporting and loving her, and her friends for always being by her side. Leanne Catherine Duffney. Leanne will be attending Bentley University on a volleyball scholarship. Zaina El-Demirdash. Zaina would like to thank her parents for always looking out for her. Saif El-Sharkawi. Saif would like to thank the boys and the fam for all the support. Noor El-Masri. Noor would like to thank her parents for their unconditional love and support. Shida Esfania. Shida will be attending Simon Fraser University. Gustavo Hugo Espinosa. Gus would like to thank his entire family, both immediate and extended, as well as his passengers. Yasmin Farah. Victoria Campagnero Francischetto. Victoria would like to thank her parents and her sister for all their love and support. Without them, she wouldn't be where she is today. Andrew James Fraser. Andrew would like to thank his parents for their continuous support throughout the years. Satvik Garg. Satvik would like to thank his family for always supporting him. He would also like to give a shout out to his friends for making his time at ASD so memorable. Braden Garrison. Braden would like to thank his parents for everything they have done for him. He will miss you very much. Madeline Gordon. Maddie would like to thank everyone who loved and supported her these last few months. She couldn't have done it without you. William Graham. Will Graham will be attending Rose-Hulman Institute of Technology. Meher Gupta. Meher would like to give thanks to her family for always supporting her. Christopher Gyra. Christopher will be attending the School of Foreign Service at Georgetown University. Elize Abbas Habib. It is said that education is the most powerful weapon that can change the world, and Elize is so incredibly blessed for the one she received at ASD. Camelia Hagigat. Camelia would like you to know that you are capable of achieving anything you set your mind to. Hyun Sung Han. Hyun Sung will miss you, Mr. Ridley. Yasmin Haj. Yasmin will be attending Georgetown University. Alec Hansen. Alec will be attending University of Victoria. Shariar Haznani. Shariar would like to thank his family and friends for the endless love and support that have helped him grow into the person he is today. James Robert Head. James will be attending the University of Tulsa. Hannah Carolyn Hino. Hannah would like to thank her parents for helping her get to this point and being her biggest supporters. Without their love and words of encouragement, she wouldn't be where she is now. Spencer McLaren Howell. Spencer will be attending the University of Southern California.
Danish Idris. Danish would like to thank everyone for helping him become the person he is today and for helping him grow from a 4-year-old kid in Jumeirah to an 18-year-old young adult in Al Barsha. Danny Atani. Danny will be attending the University of California at Berkeley. Dania Atani. Daniel will be attending the University of California, Davis. Zara Jadavji. Zara will be attending McGill University. Claire Kasha. Claire would like to thank her friends and family for their unconditional love and support. She is beyond grateful for you guys. William Edward Keffer III. Will be attending the University of Maryland. Philip Kestner. Philip will be attending the University of California, Irvine and pursuing a degree in computer game science. Nadir Khan. Nadir will be attending Cornell University. Fatima Khan. Fatima would like to thank her mom for her constant support and the rest of her family for their unconditional love. A special shout out to her sister for keeping up with her all these years. Nasser Khan. Nasser would like to thank his parents for everything they've done for him. Michael Qatar. Michael would like to thank his family, friends, and teachers for making this possible. Parsa Khorasanizadeh. Shout out to the fam, l'équipe, and Maddie. This has been the best year of my life. Yedam Kim. Yedam would like to thank her wonderful family for all their love and support. Celine Muge Kuchukaya. Celine wants to thank her parents for always being there for her. She loves you, Aiken. You are the best sister anyone could ask for. Maria Lancia. Maria would like to thank her parents, her little brother, her teachers, and her friends for their endless support. Camilla Landoni. Camilla would like to thank her parents and her friends for their unconditional love and support. Lydia Leverance. Lydia would like to thank her parents, family, and friends for the constant love and support. She would also like to thank the class of 2017 for the most memorable 4 years. Adam Lucy. Adam would like to thank his family and friends for all the support that they've given him. Zaki Mawad. Zaki would like to thank all his boys and family for all the love and support. Emma McDonald. Emma would like to thank her beautiful parents for the endless love and support through her years at the American School of Dubai. Ramzi Makhzumi. Ramzi would like to thank his family and loved ones for supporting him on his journey so far. He hopes to make you all proud. Rami Mamluk. Rami would like to thank his parents and sisters for their constant support. Mom, stop crying. Marie Mansour. Marie will be attending McGill University. Zachary Nasser Masri. Zachary will be attending the Virginia Military Institute. Siddhant Mathur. Siddhant will be attending the University of California at Los Angeles this fall. Seth Addison McKenzie. Seth will be attending the University of Maryland, College Park. Claire Mirren. Claire would like to thank her amazing parents for the support they've given her for her entire life. Michael Moravej. Being offended is a character flaw. Go Purdue. Maha Mumtaz. Maha would like to thank her parents and her brother Hamza for their constant love, support, and guidance throughout everything. Rod Najam. Nothing in life is to be feared. It is only to be understood. Now is the time to understand more so that we may fear less. Marie Curie. Sam Namazi. Sam would like to thank his family and friends for everything that they've done for him. Janine Hannah Nasser. Janine would like to thank her friends and family for their endless love and support. Alex Knopfel. Alex will be attending UCLA. Nico Kai Nishikawa. Nico would like to thank his friends and family for supporting him. Hussein Nureldin. Hussein would like to thank ASD for an incredible first and last year at this wonderful school. Alice Oberg. Alice would like to say thank you to all her friends, her family, and to all the teachers and staff here at ASD.
Dex Diego Pikaway. Dex would like to thank his parents and family for supporting him through his high school career. Zahir Mobin Quadar. The best moments are still ahead of us.
Thank you, sir.
Manahil Duraid Qureshi. Manahil would like to thank her family and all her incredible friends who have had her back along the way. Masuma Shifa Rana. Masuma would like to thank her family for all the support they have given her during her high school career. Shilpa Passam Rao. Shilpa would like to thank her family, friends, and teachers for always being there for her. Saida Noor Iman Rasool. Noor would like to thank her parents and her brothers for always believing in her. Darius Elliott Razavi Varnamahashti. Darius would like to thank his friends and family for always being by his side. Chantal St. Hilaire. Chantal would like to thank her parents for their continuous support over the past few years.
Thank you so much for everything.
Yes, I can.
Carlo Risen. Carlo would like to thank his family for letting him stay in Dubai with his friends for his final year. Valentina Alejandra Rodriguez da Silva. Valentina would like to thank her parents for their unconditional love and support. Caroline Rao. Caroline would like to thank her beautiful family and her amazing friends from the bottom of her heart for the past 2 years. Sanjana Sachadeva. Sanjana will be attending University of California, Los Angeles. Arya Sadigian. Arya will be attending UC San Diego. Alia Said. Alia would like to thank her family, especially her mom and dad, friends, teachers, and mentors for their endless support and love. Max Johan Samuelson. Max will be attending the University of Toronto. Aditi Sanjay. Aditi will be attending Georgetown University's Walsh School of Foreign Service. Roxanne Sarafzadeh. Roxanne will be attending Syracuse University. Selena Satamian. Selena would like to thank her family and her friends for all the support and love they have given her. Max Andreas Schmidt. Max would like to acerbate his love and thanks to his family, friends, and sick. Congrats. Michael Cameron James Sargent. Michael would like to thank his mom and dad for helping him along the way. Rayan Nadim Sheikhli. Rayan would like to thank his mom and dad for all their love and support. He loves you guys. Leanne Shakeshir. Leanne would like to thank her parents for always being by her side, especially her siblings for the constant fights and ongoing support.
Congratulations.
Taya Shalabi. You are braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, and smarter than you think. Winnie the Pooh. Zina Shehadeh. Zina would like to thank her mom and Baba for everything they have done and for always believing in her. She loves you. Sammy Shelbaya. Sammy would like to thank his parents and his siblings for the unconditional love and his boys for the conditional love. Maher Shanuda. Maher would like to thank his father, sister, and friends for always being by his side. Akshay Shivakramani. Akshay would like to thank his family and friends for shaping him into the person he is today. He wouldn't be here without you all.
Congratulations, buddy.
Leanne Sogayer. Lulu would like to thank her parents and family for supporting her through every step of the way. Congrats. Dala Subra. Dala would like to thank her mom for being the best role model she could have. Matthew Anwan Sproul. Matthew would like to thank his friends and family for helping him along the way. He also hopes he doesn't trip on stage. Chloe Morgan Stone. Chloe would like to thank her parents for all their love and support. William Theron. Will would like to thank his family for motivating him through 4 years of high school. Love you all. Thank you so much. Ashley Taylor Thompson. Ashley will be attending Queen's University. Ranveer Singh Upal. The grass is greener where you water it. Tyron Varyani. Tyron will be attending the Singapore military. He would like to thank his family and friends for all their love and support. Noor Wattar. Noor would like to thank Mr. Crockett for being the best guy around. Emily Williams. Emily would like to send lots of thanks to her parents, friends, and cats for supporting her and helping her get through the past few years. Sawan Yoon. The real voyage of discovery consists not in seeking new landscapes, but in having new eyes. Marcel Proust.
That's it.
We good? I am sure that the graduating class would want us to take one brief moment to thank Dr. Much for his 44 years of service in education. Dr. Much, thank you. Mr. Libredo, members of the Board of Trustees, Dr. Much, I've reviewed the credentials for the class of 2017. I verify and certify that the students standing before us have fulfilled all graduation requirements and therefore have earned the American School of Dubai Diploma. Please turn your tassels. I present to you the graduated class of 2017. The graduates will recess to the reception area to my left. There is also a reception in the cafeteria. The graduates will recess to the reception area to my left. There's also a reception in the cafeteria with dates and water for those breaking fast. And those attending the graduation dinner will begin arriving sometime around 8 o'clock. Thank you for attending tonight.